We got storms all through the Mississippi Valley, all the way to the Great Lakes.
Get indoors
Rock
and
and
away from
roll.
windows in Dayton and Cincinnati and other
Change
surrounding
this out.
areas. And yes, these storms are eventually going to come towards you in Columbus, but we're still pretty far out from that right now. Yeah, Eric.
Well, welcome to the Bloodstream. Whenever people filter in, say hi in the chat. Did you bring bandages? First aid kit? Oh, emotional damage. Operational space. Yeah, we got storms all the way from Mississippi Valley all the way up to the Great Lakes. So I was kind of watching that right before the stream started. Best wishes, and if you're in that area, take shelter if you need to, because it's nothing to play with. We live here in the alley, so we already know what to do for the most part, most of us, I think. We had weather here yesterday, early this morning. It rained pretty good for a change. That would be good if we got more rain. Oh my God, let's see. Any of you subscribe to the Y files? For real? They uploaded, I counted 67 posts for a podcast. All in one, like in 35 seconds, they uploaded it. It was like spam. It was wall-to-wall spam. So I started calling it the wall files because it was just a wall. It totally destroyed your feed. So I had to unsubscribe just to clear my feed where I could get back to see all my subs, because I had 67 posts from the Y files. Yeah. That guy's got 4.5 million viewers, and he doesn't do any better of a job running a channel than to do that and not expect to lose subscribers. Nobody wants 67 videos from one channel all on their feed at one time. And one of his videos, he had something like, he was talking about Mandela effects. Do y'all remember Jif peanut butter? They say there's no such thing. But I distinctly remember commercials. Choosy mothers choose Jif. I'm pretty sure there was Jif peanut butter. So maybe that's one of the Mandela effect things. I don't know. Oh my God. What else do we have? I have things to talk about, actually. Spring cleaning, yes. Gardening, not yet. Let's see. Yard work, yes. Housework, yes. House tours, yes. In a couple of weeks, when I get the house cleaned up, I'll do a house tour, since somebody asked last time in the live stream. Let's see, what else have I got on this list? Oh, the era of indoctrination is over. We're through with it. No more indoctrination for our children. We're through. So where are we at? I actually have all this. Really? I don't know. The signal debacle, did you all, yeah, the signal, yeah. Yeah, supposedly it was leaked. It wasn't. I don't think it was leaked. I think there's something nefarious going on there back behind the scenes, because that system and all those people were in place before Trump ever took office. So it's there's some kind of operation going on there. I'm not sure what it is exactly, but I know there's something going on there. It's crazy. It's crazy the things we'll never know. Because if you think they're going to tell us, well, they're not. Yeah, how about that 3.1% chance of the asteroid hitting us? How's that? Yep, it goes up and it goes down, goes up and goes down. You know, 11 billionaires are building bunkers in New Zealand. Why would there's a pretty high, that's a pretty high concentration of billionaire bunkers. I think if I was living in New Zealand, I'd be finding out where that crap was at. Maybe keep an eye on it if you could. Maybe get a heads up. Oh, man. I'm lost in my notes again. I get so much weird shit in my feeds, man. There's this one video, he was talking about garlic vaginal suppositories. What the fuck? Seriously? What the fuck? And I mean, it's unbelievable, man. I mean, and they have this black salve that's supposed to heal you, but if you put it on you, it's actually detrimental to your health in a major way. Like you can have fingers and stuff rot off. But it gets promoted as some kind of healing ointment. I don't even want to go to the third one. The third one is just too bizarre even for this channel. Swear to God. We have Rachel Ziegler. She'll never work again. She's done. Snow Brown. Rachel Ziegler is going to sue Disney because they dumped her. How far does she think that's going to fly? I'm just curious. You know, and then we have Ubisoft. Ubisoft came out with a new game. Garlic repair. I don't care about garlic repair. It's crazy. Yeah, Ubisoft came up with a new game. It's set in the 15th century, so the 1400s, and it features a male, black, gay samurai. I'm not a gamer, so it really doesn't affect me, but, you know, yeah, Game Info is coming back on. They opened a little website. It might as well be gay information because it's not gay info. All the old staff, they all ran out of town on a rail, but they decided to come back and try the same thing again. Nobody ever learns. These people are dangerous, man. If you're that stupid, you're dangerous. It's crazy. Can't believe it. I've been trying to get caked up, working on that 356-pound goal by the end of August. I don't have my Hershey's syrup. I have my honey. I have a jar of honey. I do honey shots, Hershey's syrup shots, because I can get away with it. I don't know. Yeah. Everybody in the collective West is thinking this the absolute ultimate disaster that Russia is going to defeat Ukraine. It's not a disaster. It's a disaster for the collective West. But what I think it will do is the defeat when it comes and the surrender and the terms, it will give a good foundation for other nations' sovereignty and their freedom and a chance to get along with the rest of the world, play as equal partners. But it's a catastrophe for the West. Mr. Trump, I can I could stop the war in 24 hours. Well, you can't stop the war in 24 hours. You can't even get the Ukrainians to abide for a ceasefire on oil refineries and gas service and energy facilities. You're not hearing it much in the Western press, but what's been happening is Russia's holding to the agreement and Ukraine's breaking it every other day. And this is the ceasefire that the United States and Russia and Ukraine entered into. So how are you ever going to be able to have a peace agreement with these people? How are you ever going to be able to get a treaty? Bugsy's toe jam. Bugsy's toe jam, really? Buggy's toe jam. Peeps. I don't know. I'm kind of watching that. I'm kind of watching the weather off to the side here. They had some tornadoes touch down in Arkansas. Yeah. Which kind of sucks. The world's gone mad. I hope we get a peace agreement soon. We sure need one. All that money and all those lives. Think about the lives, and you see. I watched some of Patrick Lancaster's videos about civilians being slaughtered and ignore most of it. Well, I can't, I'm not in a position where I can ignore it. I have to watch it. I have to be informed. I have to know what's going on so I know, that is affecting everything. It's affecting domestic policy because it's in the way. It's a distraction. It's a drain on resources. The games with Canada, again, more games. I think Trump does some of this stuff just for the sheer effect of doing it and to get people talking and to motivate the European Union to do things. But, when the European Union gets up and tells and basically says, well, fuck it, let them violate the ceasefire. It's hard, because they want to undo what Trump has done. And, I think everybody wants peace, except maybe those clowns in Kiev. I don't think they want peace. They want peace very bad. We're getting robbed. We're continually getting robbed. Robbed every which way but loose. 7 million government employees, about half of them are going to be looking for work by the time they get through with finding the waste. And then we have all this fraud that has been committed. And all these people that have done this fraud for money, they should all be prosecuted, and we should be able to recoup that money if we can. And lengthy prison. If you steal from taxpayers, I think you belong in prison. That's just my personal opinion. You don't get it. You don't get a pass. I'm not. All of you that have been on this channel for a while know that you don't get a pass with me. Everybody gets one shot at it. And one shot only. People don't get second chances in my life. Certainly not when they work for the government and they're stealing me fucking blind and stealing you blind and stealing our children blind. That's our children's children are going to be paying for this. And you hear all this crap about, they're going to, if you listen to mainstream media, it's all about, they're going to cut Social Security and they're cutting this and they're cutting that. And it's about, no. What's up, Lazarus? Cool hair? I don't know about cool. It's about 85 degrees in here right now. So, yeah, we have trouble on the horizon. Yeah, I'm just watching. I watch. Every time it's with YouTube that I'm watching the numbers float around. I'm actually over here watching this in YouTube Studio. I'm watching the numbers float around in YouTube Studio. It's like every other live stream. Eventually, you'll know how many people wandered in. By the time at the end of the stream, I'll know right away because it gives you a pop up. And then the numbers change again by the time they process the video, and I get a chance to make it public where people can watch the replay. The numbers change again. The numbers change every fucking time. It's just, this platform sucks more every day. And they've been doing some weird stuff. Have y'all noticed you can't see the view count when if you're watching people's videos, it won't tell you how many people have watched it. It won't tell you how many likes it's had. I've noticed this about YouTube. Days later, it'll show you the likes on everybody's channels. Posts are different. For some reason, this doesn't affect the posts that you make, but it affects your videos. I've been watching it. Everything. I think everything's shot to shit. We have DeepSeek from the Chinese. Boy, if that ain't spyware deluxe, I don't know what to tell you. Download it at your own risk. That's all I'm saying. Your phone, yeah, and then everything your phone touches and everything your computer touches. Yeah, everything your laptop touches will be infected too. It's like this technical tentacle reaching in and swooping up data and surveillance. I wouldn't use DeepSeek. I don't use ChatGPT. I'm not going to use any of those AI services. I feel like if I'm using them, I'm just adding to it, and I think it's a problem. Obviously, it's a problem. I don't know. I'm just not into shooting myself in the foot or in the head. Basically, I think at a certain point you have to just shut down technology. You get it out of your life. Like at night before I would say usually 2-3 hours before I go to bed, I turn the screens off. I'll listen to the radio. I listen to Armstrong and Getty, but they're a bunch of pinheads. They still call Putin a baby killer. I'd like to strangle both of them. Probably listen to Armstrong and Getty, but yeah, I turn the screens off a good 2-3 hours before I actually go to sleep. And then I only sleep 3 or 4 hours because I don't need much sleep. My brain wakes up and I know something else is happening important in the world. Check Dima's channel, check Lancaster's channel, check McCurris's channel, and start running through all my websites. I'm still watching all the stuff I was watching before. Military Summary and Monkeyworks and FlightAware, and I'm still tracking flights, and I'm still tracking shipping, and I'm still tracking geopolitics and the financial sector. And so it's like, I don't know how many hours I spend on the internet every day, but it's probably a considerable amount. I probably spend about, all totaled, on a lot of it's listening time because I just listen to stuff, but I'm probably 9 hours a day into the internet. That's a lot of time. Even if you're just listening to podcasts like, Rogan or, I don't know. It's a busy, busy life I lead. I'm surprised I have time for work. I do have time for work though. Speaking of work, I'm ready to get to work on the house, on the outside. I'm just waiting for the weather. The scaffolding's been up for a year and a half now. It's withstood 2 storm seasons. So I must have built it pretty good. If it can stand up to 100-mile winds, that's where I'm at with it. Must be doing something right. Digital reality. You know, we've really got problems. Like there's a lot of people in this country that they're just listening. They listen to non-reality. It's like they don't even live in reality anymore. It's hard to. I don't understand how we could possibly get them mental help because one of the first things you have to do if you're sick is to admit that you're sick, and they're never going to admit that they're sick. Doge is doing great things. Keep it up. Go Team Elon. That's one good thing that came out of this is they are getting through it. We'll see if it gets undone. If in the next election the Democrats win, they'll probably just undo everything. I mean, they've done quite enough. They did enough damage to this country for generations. And hopefully it's coming back on an even keel instead of sinking by the bow. Hi, Joe. How's everybody doing tonight? I see people in the chat. Yeah, this is kind of an odd slot, an odd time slot. I don't know whether to change it or not. I mean, it kind of works out for East and West Coast, but I don't know if it works out for the rest of the world or not. I think for a while it's I don't know, man. There's like this uniparty thing going on behind the scenes with the Warhawks and the neocons, and I think there's a lot of subterfuge in the background that we're never seeing. We feel the effects of it, but you can't really see it. And I could put a finger on it, put a pin on a map, and say these fuckers are in collusion, and these guys over here are in collusion, and half the time they say they're fighting for something and they really ain't. They're fighting for the exact opposite, but they won't tell you. I don't know. I don't even know how the deportations are going. I haven't even looked. I haven't even been keeping track of that. I keep track of a lot, but that was kind of like, I don't know. I suppose it'll take care of itself or it won't. There's nothing we can do about any of this anyway, except raise our voices. And I try and encourage everybody. I try and encourage everybody on the internet. And make people laugh. I can be quite the right in the comment section. If you catch me in the comment section, I'm cutting up. I'm trying to make people laugh. And sometimes I'm serious, but mostly it's about making people laugh and encouraging people. Much love. Yeah, much love. People need to be encouraged. I think if people are making content, and I don't know, I'm mostly, if I know you're subscribed to my channel, I'll try and come back and find you if you leave a comment, and I will see if you make content. But if you make content, let me know in the comment section. I have videos up and posts up. Just say, hey, I make content. That's cool, man. I'll look at your stuff. And I found a couple people this week that kind of surprised me. But yeah, I try and I think everybody should make content. How else are you going to have your voices heard if you're not making content? you know, and it's the easiest thing to do is just turn your phone on, turn the camera on, flip it around, and you can do everything everybody else is doing. You know, do a couple videos on your channel, let people see you, you know, be real, don't be uncomfortable about it. Just when I do like all my videos, I just, it's like I'm talking to friends. I mean, I really am anyway. My channel is just small, and this channel has always been for the few, not for the many, but I mean, it's not hard to do videos. You get used to it in a big hurry. Some people are just naturally, they're good behind the camera, but I had a little trouble adjusting to it at first. I still remember my first video on this channel like 5 years ago, 6 years ago now. Like there's a ton of content nobody can see anymore. I'm going to go through that. I am going through that, and I'm going to put some videos up that I think were kind of cool, like the antique shop things, and when I was building stuff and making social commentary, you know, about how just give me a shot at straightening things out. I can straighten anything else out. Why can't I straighten everything else out too? I can't solve all the world's problems, but I could probably solve half of them. Somebody else will have to solve the other half. It's too much work for one person. 5 years ago, 6 years ago, my channel was fun. Yeah, I know, but the world changed, and you know, I actually had one of my subs tell me one time, "You changed." Well, look what the world was putting us through. Of course, we changed. You know, truth's coming out about everything, about the Wuhan lab. Oh, the CIA will now admit that it came from the lab and that they knew it then, and you know, all these world leaders and all these intelligence agencies. Oh yeah, it was a Wuhan lab, and yeah, we knew, and yeah, we fucked you off with the information. Yeah, and if you said it, you got banned, and I don't know how many videos I had taken down. Tales from the Crib. Yeah, I know. It's hard to put those videos back up because you know, there's a lot of information there that I don't want out, but some of them, and it's hard because I started to go through some of my videos and actually watch them, and hopefully I'm going to be able to do better videos for everybody. This is never going to be a professional channel. We just toss that in the trash because, you know, it's just for information and occasionally some funny stuff. And I'm not going to do as many posts as I was doing here for the last year and a half. I was kind of slowing down, and I just decided almost to stop doing posts unless it's something really important. But I'm going to do the live streams every Sunday unless I'm sick or something, or I'm out of town. And even if I'm out of town, I mean, I can probably still do live streams. And I want to do more videos. I want to do, I definitely want to do one on living alone. And I want to talk about the man and woman problem we got going on in this country, and how fucked up relationships are, and how, you know, what I see as a solution. I mean, I could actually run kind of part of that down now. You know, it's not hard to figure out what men want. Listen, men go out and they have to be competitive. Every day they're competing with other men. You know, the last thing I want to do is come home and compete with somebody. They want somebody that is comfortable in their own skin. When I meet a woman, I would rather meet a woman without makeup, without all that falseness, and you know, because it's not, the makeup doesn't make you pretty. The makeup is just, what if men wore makeup? How could, you know, men don't wear makeup, do we? We get up and we do our thing and we get ready and we bounce out there in the world and everybody accepts us for who we are. And I think that should be women too, but women are in like this competition with each other, and now they're at each other's throats over whether to have kids or not have kids. And my God, man, I'm saying fucking tell. I'm just that they're just hateful towards one another. How can And men are just and as men, we just stand back and we watch this absolute fucking hatred as women tear at each other. It's not, it doesn't look good. Men don't do that with each other. But what the fuck? Should I get a daddy makeover? Should I get like a BBL and some fucking Botox filler everywhere? How real would that be, right? Yeah, I need a daddy makeover. Yeah, that thing about whether or not to have children. And you can kind of see it from both sides. You can kind of see why people. It's not easy raising children. It's expensive. It's $1 million to raise a child from birth to age 18. Yeah, the makeup room is no more. It's right now. It's like a tool room. Basically, it's taken apart. It doesn't look anything. It won't look anything like that again. I have to. Eventually, I'll sell this house, so it has to be what other people might want. But they make these things called Murphy beds. They fit inside the wall. So I'm reconstructing that room to put a Murphy bed in it because it's just a small bedroom off that bathroom, and it can still be used as a dressing room. And that's what I use it for when it's not packed full of tools. Pretty much the house is scattered full of tools. I did start laying some carpet and stuff and doing some drywall repair and happy stuff like that, but nothing major yet. Probably 3 weeks or so, I'll be able to do like a house tour, and by the end of the month, I ought to have all the siding added downstairs and everything else and on the building, and then I'll be able to do an outside. I'll be able to show you what the exterior looks like. That's the plan anyway. The good news, I guess, is nobody's gone off the deep end and started World War III yet, but by God, they sure do want to start shit with Iran. They're hell bent on starting shit with Iran. You watch it. I've been watching it develop for a long time. Yeah, that's why all the pressures that made Syria fall apart. They wanted that air corridor open so they could just go from wherever they want to in the Mideast and the Mediterranean and rock through Syria and go right into Syria. But they couldn't do it before because the Russians were there and the Turks were there and everybody else was there with air defense and air radar, and they had to get Syria out of the way. So that's what happened to Syria. Yeah, back in the day. I was thinking about how much things have changed for me here. Like, I remember how when I first got here and I was unpacking things, and this is a long time ago, but I still remember it just like it was yesterday. I had like these, I wouldn't call them journals because they're not real steady, but from time to time I write things down and in notebooks. I have a lot of notebooks, but I can go back and I can read those things, and I get the exact same feeling when I read those words. And the way I feel now about this place and the way I felt about it then is two different things entirely. And I don't know if I'm good with that or not, but it is what it is. And I just have to deal with it. And of course I miss Chibi. She's been gone 22 weeks now, as of Friday. at 4:30 in the afternoon. Funny, I remember all that, right? It's just fucking sad. It's just sad. I should hate the world for that. I should hate the world. But I don't know. I have managed to quit smoking. I haven't had a cigarette in over a week now. Yeah, I miss Chibi too. I miss that. Yeah, I miss her. There's no getting another cat. When she was in her waning days, I promised her I wouldn't. So that's the end of that. I feed the strays and the raccoons, and I was feeding the birds, but I started putting the food out at night and real early in the morning, so the birds stay off of it. But I was going to put some out this evening earlier, and I seen the raccoons floating in from across the street, so I'll have to wait a while and put it out later, like probably around 10 or so the stray cats find it instead of the raccoons. I'm not feeding raccoons. I might feed stray cats, but, you know. And the thing, I did post about the structures they were supposed to have found underneath the Khufu pyramid in Egypt, in Giza. The raccoon, you know, I had raccoons break in here before. You know they broke glass. You know they broke a window out. It's no fair. So you've been here a long time, April. You've been on this channel a long time. If you remember stuff like that, like Tales from the Crib and the raccoons breaking in, you've been around quite a while, man. That's all I know. Yeah, it's crazy. Raccoons breaking in 3 o'clock in the morning. What the hell, man? Oh yeah, this house in the beginning, it was like might as well just open the door and let everything in. Every form of wildlife in the area was in this house, one point or another. Possums, raccoons, skunks, foxes, stray dogs, probably stray cats, everything. The birds, I remember birds up when the ceilings were still open, the birds flying around in the rafters. Probably bats. Well, we don't even want to talk about bats. All that stuff is so much in the past, man. It's all of it so much in the past. It's like it's so distant now. It's just distant. And getting more distant. Anybody else notice how time's going so fast? Time's just flying. I don't know where weeks go. I don't know where days go. Hours even. You can turn around and it'd be 3 hours. You'd be like, what the hell? You know, I was just doing research. Or I was just doing whatever I do here. It's a mess. It's a hot mess. But yeah, I have some new subscribers. That's cool. And I'm subscribed to some new channels. And if the Wi-Fi's will quit spamming me, I'm still mad about that. I'm gonna be mad about that for a long time. You're not gonna throw 67 videos in my feed all at one time. You're just not gonna do it. And not expect me to stay subscribed like that. God, man, what? I did unsubscribe. I was subscribed to that on two different accounts. I unsubscribed with both of them. That just, man, yeah. It took you like 5 minutes of scrolling just to find the fucking end of it, you know, and then everything else in your feed was maybe chopped up in between it, you know, and when that happens, all you can do is just unsubscribe and then shut your channel off and log back in and all that crap will be gone. But then if you're a subscriber to that channel, you have to be a subscriber for 8 weeks to comment in the live streams, which is that they have that rule in place. I can understand why, but you know, that totally blew me out of the water. I won't be able to comment. If I subscribe again, it'll be 8 weeks before I can comment in the lives. It's nuts. You know, they screwed the pooch. Yeah, 4.5 million subscribers. It was almost 5 million subscribers. I think he probably lost 500,000 subscribers for that little shenanigans. But you need to tread carefully if you have that many subscribers, and because you'll lose your shit, man. I really didn't have a whole lot to say. I just wanted to come on and have a little live stream. Let y'all know I was all right, and hopefully you all are all right. If you're in the path of these storms tonight, keep your weather radio on, or an AM radio to a local station where you can get an alert. Coffee. I drink a lot of coffee. Yeah, that's about it. Coffee and milk and water. Kool-Aid's no good. It's got red dye number 5 in it. I had the deep 6 Velveeta cheese. Have you ever read the ingredients on the side of a box of Velveeta cheese? And it's killing me because I love that shit. I don't know what I'm going to do now. I can't eat Velveeta cheese anymore. Too much crap in it. I bought some corned beef from Uruguay. You know what it had in it? Beef, water, and salt. That was the ingredients. Yeah. Check out the ingredients of Velveeta cheese. You would have thought it would have been good, right? I mean, it's pasteurized, or yeah, processed American cheese food. Processed should have been the first clue, I guess. I can eat anything, but I don't have my Hershey syrup. I'm ready for a shot of Hershey syrup or honey or something. Squeeze a mouthful and swallow it. Decaf. What's the use? That's like breathing air that isn't. And that's the other thing too. You know, the only thing more abundant than hydrogen in the universe right now is fucking stupidity on this fucking planet. It's running a close second anyway. I don't. How people got to be so fucking dumb so fast, I don't understand. Had something to do with a clogger shot, a clogger injection, an MK Ultra. I'm firmly convinced that half this population is like under MK Ultra control. It would be a fast way of explaining it. I think it's a pretty good explanation, I think. I don't know how they managed to do it, but somebody's controlling everybody's brain. Not everybody's, but a lot of people. They're still pushing the clot shot, for God's sakes. Really? You're going to push the clot shot? Still. Get your booster. Yeah. For all the leftards out there, yeah, man, get your booster, please. Do the world a favor. Sterilize yourself, I guess. Go crazy. Have heart attacks and brain aneurysms and whatever the fuck else that shit's doing to you. Wish you lots of luck. I'm not hateful, just mad. There's a difference. I want blood. I want their fucking blood. And I don't know. I chatted everybody up for about 45 minutes, and that's probably long enough. I need to get back and see what's going on with the weather. And it's 4:09. Probably should call it a good evening. Listen, all of you be safe. Encourage one another. And make the most of life, because that's what you're going to get. We'll see you next Sunday. It always does this shit. The little card.